math is really basic. It's not complex if you know the breakdown. So what we had talked about was what a mortgage payment would be for how much house you could buy. For example, like if you had a $100,000 mortgage payment that you owed, your monthly payment, give or take the interest and the taxes, would be around $672. So then you can talk to someone, and if they say, I have a rental and I live in Boston and I pay $2,000, it's pretty basic math. Now I like math, so it's easy in my head, but you kind of divide that $2,000 by 672, and you realize that you're getting pretty close to $300,000. That's when you want that 8-second pitch. You can turn around to them and say, you know, you can buy a house with a $300,000, $290,000 mortgage, and maybe put a $40,000 down payment, and then your purchasing power for it becomes $330,000. But the important thing is that the payment is the same. With the younger generation, we don't want to spend a whole lot more than we're spending now. We have other expenses in our lives. We're saving because we don't get annuities except for the government employees, and even that's going away. So it's important that those numbers are quick at hand, but it's not a daily thing. If you can come up with that basic calculation, the 100,000 is 672 at 4.6% interest, which is about what it is now, you know, then you can use that number and multiply it or divide it as necessary to get to where their rent is or to where they want to buy. If they come to you and say, I want to buy a $450,000 house, I'm going to put $50,000 down, there's a $400,000 mortgage. At that point, it's real easy to do the math. Then it's just 4 times 672, and the next thing you know, they're in that $2,600 range or $2,700, and you can talk about what their payment's going to be. From there, you get into the tax advantages. Once you've associated what they're paying, what they're comfortable paying, and what they would be paying as owners, then you can start talking about the government mortgage interest deduction and the tax deduction and the principal savings, which is something that people forget about. A portion of your payment is going towards paying down the house. So it's almost like a forced piggy bank. If you write the same check, $2,700 in rent and $2,700 in mortgage, you're saving yourself about $600 a month that's going to go towards paying down your loan. But I don't study those numbers. I just know the basic, the 672, and everything I can calculate up or down from there. If the mortgage interest rate goes up, I add a few dollars. If it goes down to 4 1/8, I take a few dollars off of that. But just having that baseline so you can respond quick is really nice.
I think one of the absolute key components, and I think Reed has glossed over a little bit in not studying the numbers, Reed having the knowledge, or real estate agents having the knowledge of the financial costs of home ownership, because he has that, he is able to give the consumer the information or answers to a question they may have within 15 to 30 seconds. And for the younger consumer, bingo, that's what they're used to getting as they access information in their lives. And he knows the numbers enough that he can give that to them very quickly without necessarily saying, oh gee, I need to sit down with you, I need to have a meeting with you, I need to go through this. It's right there, and the consumer generally is pretty impressed with the younger consumer by him providing that within seconds.
And just to be fair, they want a response within seconds. So if you don't have those numbers, if an agent doesn't know those numbers right off the top of their head, or if they want to be absolutely accurate, giving them the response.
Then you send it to me for the hour meeting.
I'm not sending them to you, but then you tell them, I will get that answer to you tonight. You go home and call a lender that you like, or go on a mortgage calculator app or something and come up with what those numbers would be, and then give them to them in concrete. But the idea is that they just want that response in a timely fashion. So if you can't rattle it off, say, I'll get that number for you, and then go get it for them and give it to them in an hour or two or a day or whatever time frame it is. But they just need to know those numbers so they can make educated decisions, just like any financial decision.